Chinese smartphone maker Xiaomi giving its half-year update, saying that sales of its devices increased 33% in the first 6 months of 2015 over the same time period last year. So joining us now to break down these numbers, what they mean, what to expect from the world's largest startup moving forward is Roger Chang, executive editor at CNET. Roger, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
So Xiaomi has set I guess you could say an ambitious goal to sell 100 million smartphones this year. Do you think it's going to make that number?
Well, it's going to be a little bit challenging, right? 35 million smartphones in the first half is a little bit off the pace where they'd want to be. But it's important to note that they're rapidly expanding around the world right now. They just launched in Brazil just 2 days ago. They were in India a few months ago. And so there's definitely some headwind there, or some tailwind behind them when it comes to that second half. But it's going to be a lot of work.
Yeah, and you've basically called Xiaomi the hottest phone you've probably never heard of. What do you mean by this, and what do investors here in the U.S. need to know about this company?
Well, the company has basically built its success off of selling cheap smartphones in emerging markets, places like Brazil and China, also places where marketing isn't as important. They don't have any retail presence. They sell their phones all directly online. And so in the Western markets like here in Europe, you just haven't heard of Xiaomi. It's just not a presence here at all. So it's invisibly sort of gone and jumped in the top echelon of smartphone makers.
Yeah, and could we hear more about Xiaomi in the U.S.? Is this, I mean, as you mentioned, this is a company that's been expanding and, just recently expanding its footprint into Brazil, beyond Asia. Is this a company that could ultimately come to the U.S.? Why or why not? And given the fact that its devices are at essentially a lower price point than, say, an iPhone, who would its competitors be if it did?
Right. Well, so it has actually expanded in the U.S. in a very minimal way. They've launched an online store, and they sell accessories like headphones and battery packs, but they haven't yet sold smartphones. And I had a chance to talk with Hugo Barra, who's the ex-Googler who now runs Xiaomi's international business. He called the U.S. market a astronomically monstrous challenge, and it's easy to see why. The U.S. is a large country. The need to create a service operation here would be a logistical nightmare. And you're right. Pricing-wise, the markets that they serve right now, like in China and Brazil, are more receptive to the kind of dirt cheap prices they're able to provide, rather than here in the U.S. where people are more into Samsungs and iPhones, which are notably more expensive than the phones Xiaomi sell.
Yeah, it's interesting hearing those comments from you, just given how many times we've heard the same comments from U.S. companies, heads of U.S. companies who are trying to expand in China. It's an interesting reversal, certainly. Roger Chang, thanks for joining us today. Thank you for watching. I'm Morgan Brennan. Have a great day.
Hey YouTube fans, I'm Landon Downey from CNBC. Thanks so much for checking out our channel. Here you'll find videos packed with all the info that you need to be smarter about your finances. Be sure and subscribe by clicking right here, and click on all the videos around me to see CNBC's original series Young Money, Tech Bet, Kramer's Mad Money, and all the latest from CNBC.